So you might notice I've got two kayaks here. On my right, I have the Jackson Yupik. On my left, I have the Bonafide SS127. Now I currently own both of these kayaks, but I'll be getting rid of one of them. So stick around and I'll show you why I'm picking one over the other. So to start off, 6, 7 months ago, I ended up buying the Jackson Yupik, and that's the boat that I've been fishing out of since that time. I've put it on rivers during the white bass run, and I have put it on lakes. I haven't really done any class anything with rapids, but I've owned this boat for 6 or 7 months. It's been a great boat for me. I recently picked up the SS127 for a few reasons, and I want to show you why I chose to get this boat and sell this one. Okay, so this is the Jackson Yupik. The Jackson Yupik is an open deck design. It's just under 12 feet, I think 11 foot. I'll try to put the dimensions in the video. But this is a great boat for the rivers, and that's what I got it for. I like to fly fish, and so I wanted a completely open deck. There's nothing to get a fly line on. There's nothing to get anything caught on. But as I fished this thing, I realized it's not really set up for fishing. So if you look around, again, open deck, but there's nowhere to put batteries. There's nowhere to mount a trolling motor. Now you can do your own, DIY thing, but there's nothing really on the market to put a bow mounted trolling motor on. And I found after fishing one day in the wind, I needed something to stick me on a bank and not move. So as we go around and we look at these boats side by side, you can tell a very big difference in them. So if I try to back up and give you a better view, the Jackson is, I think, close to 36 inches wide. The SS127, I believe, is 33 and a half. And then if you look at the seats, the Upic, sets up fine, but you can clearly see the SS127 sets up higher. And so that was really important to me. Also, not as much storage space under here. Again, if you go over and look at this, there's a ton of storage space. The thing as we make our way back, the other thing, you can mount a stern mounted trolling motor, but the issue, you have to either one, modify basically a transom plate, or you have to buy from Jackson, and it's not cheap. So if you go over here to the Bonafide, pretty standard mounting plate, and really nice stern mount setup. I really like the seat sets up a little bit higher in the SS127, and I really love the hatch over here. So the hatch makes it super simple to place batteries, to place rods, to do anything. Got a hatch. And when I bought the Upic, I didn't think I wanted a hatch. I thought I wanted open deck space, water running down, didn't have anything to get wet. But the problem was I didn't have anywhere to store a battery. Everything had to be in a battery box, and then I had lines running everywhere if I wanted to run a battery up front and trolling motor in the back. And I just wanted a clean deck space. So that's why I ended up with the 127 with regard to having a place to put, electrical cords or anything like that. What I do like is these holders for, I believe, 3600 Plano boxes. Now you can slide those in here. They fit really nicely. And then I think there's a slot for, I don't know, your phone. I probably wouldn't put my phone here. I never did. I typically use it to store my pliers or something like that, but I always tether them to my seat. Your Jackson stand-up assist, it's great. It's mostly a sit-down strap, but Jackson markets it as such. You got a nice little paddle catch up here. I used it occasionally when I was carp fishing, but other than that, never really used it. The seat, I would call it okay, comfortable. Not, you know, you're not gonna sit in it all day. I never did, but it was fine for what it did. And then again on the back, open deck space, nothing really to do. You can fit a black pack in here. You can also fit a smaller black pack here if you wanted to, I don't know, put more gear. There's also tons of track in this thing. It feels like a mile, but it's not a mile. There is a lot of track, and you can do a lot. So very modular. You can do anything with it, but again, it just wasn't for me. It's um, it's great for fly fishing, good for rivers, but really not meant for hard fishing. So overall, very happy with the Jackson Yupik. I just don't think it's perfect for fishing. I think it's great if you're going floating on a river. I think it's fine if you're a casual fisherman. I'm not a pro by any means, and I don't fish tournaments. But when it comes to being comfortable on the water, the Jackson just wasn't it for me. But the thing was, I didn't know that going into it, right? I went to a local kayak shop, kind of told them what I wanted to do. I wanted to put a trolling motor on the back. It can do that, right? Nothing against where I bought it from. I had to learn, I had to figure out what I liked and what I didn't like. Over time, though, I realized that, I don't know, the Bonafide, I see it a lot. It seems like it was kind of meant for fishing. And I've even outfitted it, outfitted, either way. I've outfitted it with a bow mounted trolling motor. I will probably put a stern trolling motor on it. I may put an anchor wizard because on my Jackson, I did a kayak trolley all the way down. Great in the rivers, but you're not going to do that in a lake just because I was moving around too much. So again, overall, very happy with the Jackson Yupik. Thought about keeping it for my wife, but man, it's heavy. Getting it in and out of the truck, and I'm not saying that the Bonafide is any lighter, not it at all. I just think for the weight, I would rather have something that's more fitted for fishing as opposed to the Jackson Yupik. So again, overall, I could probably keep it. I won't because my wife can't lift it. I would need something lighter, and she's not a fisherman. So I'm getting rid of the Jackson Yupik. Going to hold on to the Bonafide SS127. And overall, it was a learning moment, and glad to have both of them. So I made this video because when I bought the Jackson Yupik, I didn't see a whole lot of guys that had outfitted it, and that should have been a red flag to me in terms of what I needed to do. But let me know if you had a Jackson Yupik and what you thought about it, or maybe you still have it, and maybe I'm making a terrible move with a Bonafide SS127. But either way, let me know what you think, and let me know your experience with the Jackson Yupik or the Bonafide SS127. Obviously, I've had a few months of fishing with it. I haven't had a few months of fishing with this, so you know, time will tell how it goes. But let me know what you thought about the Jackson Yupik and maybe what you thought about the Bonafide SS127. Till next time.